Hi, this is Scoggett, and today what I'm doing is I'm doing a video on my duty revolver, which is a Smith Wesson Model 10 .38 Special. And one of my subscribers and viewers, Gun Collector 007, did a review on his weapon, and yeah, you guys need to check that one out because I'm going to show the differences in mine and his. Mine's newer model, and his is one of the older ones back like in the 1970s. So there's quite a bit of differences there. And this is the rig what I wear every day to work. And this is my holster right here. It's a Bianchi holster. Is custom made for this weapon, and that's not what this video is about. It's about the weapon itself. So going to go ahead and go from there. We're going to get rid of this. This is what this video is about. Is this weapon right here, and it's the Model 10 .38 Special. I'm going to go ahead and lower it a little bit so I can show you a little bit of detail, and we'll get into everything about it. I think maybe right there would be good. If not, we'll lower it a little bit more. But anyway, this is a newer model of the Model 10. And the Gun Collector 007, of course, he has a older model. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and raise this. These camera angles is, I need to get just the right angle on it, and hopefully this will do it. Okay, this is, like I say, it's a newer model, and this has got a real nice blue finish to it and everything. And I'm going to go ahead and unload it because it's loaded. Keep it loaded. There's the shells right there. Going to show you that it's completely unloaded now, and going to make the review. As you can see, mine has a lot of holster wear. There's holster wear there. There's holster wear on the top, on the end here, over here on the cylinder, and it's just there's no way when you carry one in a holster every day. There's no way to get around it. I mean, it's going to be you're going to experience holster wear if you carry it every day in the same holster. And what I want to get into is the difference in it between mine and his. Mine has a heavy barrel, and his did too. Gun Collector 007 has the heavy barrel, and that's what we call the heavy barrel. It's fantastic. I like this barrel because some of the Model 10 Smith & Wessons has a little skinny barrel that comes out, and this one is one what I like because the heavy barrel and the grips what I have on it, which is rubber grips. These come from Smith & Wesson, by the way. Makes it, the kick is like a 22. I mean, there's hardly no kick at all to it, and that's what I like about it. And it's an accurate gun. It's real accurate. In fact, I've hit a silhouette target at the length of a football field, which is 100 yards with this. Something else is the difference between the newer Smith & Wesson Model 10s and the older ones is there's no on the striker when you drop the hammer to hit the primer, the older ones has a little notch. You'll see like a notch sticking out, what hits the primer, causing the gun to fire. This one doesn't. It has like a safety device in there, what is called a transfer bar safety, and that's what mine has. By this, it means that you can carry a round, and if this weapon ever fell and hit directly on the hammer, it would not fire. The older models, I don't know, they might fire, they might not. I'm really not sure on that. But this one has got a bunch of different safety devices on it, and there's a Smith Wesson trademark right there, which is not found on the other ones. They have the Smith Wesson, but it's not highlighted like in the detail what this one is. This is overall a good weapon. I like carrying this weapon, and I've been carrying one since 1978. Everybody always asks me, when are you going to a semi-auto? I'm not. I don't like semi-autos. I do have some. I'm not saying I don't like them. I just don't like to carry them. This is the weapon what I've carried since 1978. This is the one what I'm going to keep on carrying. And in fact, with the department what I work for, I am the only one carrying a revolver right now. And at the gun range, I can load with the speed loaders. I don't know. I'll let you see one of the speed loaders here. They come with, instead of a magazine, they come with a speed loader. I can unload and load the speed loader in the time what it would take for them to drop the magazine and insert another magazine and keep on firing. In fact, I have been faster with it. I'm not bragging on myself by any means, but I've carried one so long that it becomes a instinct. I mean, it's like it's an instinct. That's the only thing I can say. And maybe I'll make a video on that sometime, on how long it would take me to fire off 6 rounds, unload the cylinder, and take the speed loader and drop it in. It's less than 5 seconds, I guarantee you that. But something else about this weapon is what I like. Now, you can get a higher volume, which is called a 357. Okay, I like this one because if I ever had to use it, which I hope I never do, and that's something what we always pray, that we never have to use this weapon. That's not something what we want to do in law enforcement, is ever have to use it and take a life or something to that effect. But sometimes there's certain circumstances which arise where you have to do that. This one, if you fired it, it would stay in the person what is a threat. It would stay in the threat, and it would not penetrate anybody else. That's why I like this weapon also. And it just, it's sad sometimes that things happen. I have been fortunate in my career where I have never had to use it. And I hope and pray I never do. That's one thing you never want to do. That in fact, this is the last tool what we like in law enforcement. You have your handcuffs and you have your mace, your taser, and everything, and we sometimes call them tools. This is a mostly used tool in law enforcement. This right here. this is the last resort. If it all goes wrong, and it comes down to where you have to use it, that's what it's going to be. But this is the last resort. This is the last resort where this is the last thing you will ever pull out. And I'm just happy that I've never had to do that. Now, I've had it out of the holster quite a bit of times, and I've had it pointed, but I've never had to use it. And I hope and pray I never do, because this is not something you want to do. But want everybody to check out Gun Collector 007's video on the model Smith Wesson Model 10. And this, like I say, there's differences throughout the years. His is like back in the 70s. It has like the wood grips to it, and it has like a matte finish to it. And I'd love to have that gun. I really would, because it's so old and rare. But I know it shoots perfect. I can tell by looking at it. And something else is action on these. They're just, like I say, this one's unloaded. Oh, it's just silky smooth. You can tell this. It's just silky smooth. And I just like everything about this weapon. And this is my weapon. I hope you check out Gun Collector 007's video on the Model 10. And I appreciate all you viewers and subscribers out there. And y'all take care.